here with Cloud Trusted Advisor. I hope you're having a good day today. So, in today's video, we are going to share a case study that we did for Zoom Phone for a global recruiting company called the Planet Group, based in the suburbs of Chicago, which you can see behind me. You can see that I'm also from Chicago. The Planet Group was on a legacy solution from another vendor who I won't name, um, and they're having a really tough time. And they were looking to do two things. One, just get in a better place in terms of their telephony environment. Number two, streamline and combine a number of different unified communication or productivity tools, such as chat and email, and some other things. And then, most importantly, looking to reduce cost. They had not looked at their phones, telephony, unified communication solution in 10 years. So it was definitely time for an upgrade. And the Planet Group lives and dies by the phones. Unlike some of the other organizations we work with, there might be um, a less reliance on phones, right? As we use and leverage Microsoft Teams or Zoom Video. But some clients that we have in our portfolio do fully adopt and use telephony in their environment. So let me shrink my picture a little bit here. The contact we worked with is a gentleman named Bob. At the time, he was VP of Technology for the Planet Group. Now he has since been promoted, and he's running and in charge of their cybersecurity within the organization. This project, I think, helped a lot in terms of his next position as far as how well it went. We don't want to take credit where credit's not due, but you'll see in the end he wrote a nice testimonial for us that kind of outlined what the issues were. But the backstory was, the way we were introduced is I was friends with our kids went to school, friends with someone that was on the leadership team, and heard in the executive meetings about all the challenges they were having with their current phone solution, and knowing that the phones were important, it had to be addressed. Because of my excuse me, 20 plus years of experience in the industry, including working directly for some of the providers in the market, such as 8x8, Ring Central, and Avaya, and others. I was referred into this account to help. And my agency, Cloud Trusted Advisor, helped everything from evaluation to adoption of a new unified communication solution. We perfected a 10-step process from market research all the way through the adoption of the new solution. So you can see here, getting back to the story, the Planet Group was having some pain, and they didn't know where to start. They had last addressed the phone system 7 years ago. All the players had changed, and they were really looking for someone to come in and really help them with the evaluation of the providers in the portfolio or the vendors that serve the market. So when we look at, you know, no one has time right now to effectively research the market. They just don't. If you work in IT or you're a business leader, you're faced with having to support a number of different environments. You might be in charge of securing the network, which is probably one of the most important things. You're in charge of keeping the network up and running, the lights on, you name it. We've developed and have access to these proprietary tools that allows us to down select the market quicker than anyone to really find the best provider based on your unique experience. And that's a video that we created and did for the Planet Group when we were starting to talk to them very early on about our capability in the space to help them with their evaluation. They quickly determined with our process and tools that we built over hundreds of engagements during my time at CDW, a $20 billion VAR. They were really impressed with how quickly we could get them from A to B. They did have a time crunch at the time. They had to be off in a new solution in about 3 months, which might seem like a long time, but for a global deployment, it actually isn't. When you look at all the work involved with evaluating the vendors, negotiating contracts, and then, of course, implementing the solution. And we helped with all of that. So when the end result was they chose Zoom Phone, we did a professional service engagement to implement Zoom Phone, and the client absolutely loved it. The simplicity, the cost effectiveness of the solution. Me personally, Zoom Phone is my lead solution until I really find out about the client's environment, and then it might cause us to pivot based on some unique requirements that you might have. But as a general statement, all my clients that I put on Zoom Phone, I've had zero issues, which is really rare in this market. I think the two things they have working for them is they look at phone telephony as just another application that you run. So very similar to what they've done in the video space, which is pretty amazing. They've kind of kept that same philosophy with voice of simplicity, kind of the Apple type model. Um, and the voice solution just works. It's very stable. And then lastly, you can see the savings we drove here, but we cut their monthly bill in half by moving to Zoom Phone from their previous provider. So it went from 20,000 a month down to 10,000 a month, which was a $320,000 savings. And of course, the productivity gains were huge. You will find that in the market, you've got Microsoft Teams voice, you've got Zoom Phone, and then Ring Central, and then all the others. And I know all the others well because I worked for pretty much all of them. If you look at my background, um, but Zoom is in a leaders quadrant for the Gartner Magic Quadrant, and they're really doing some cool stuff in AI as well, that I think will really pay dividends for them down the road. They're also a multi-billion-dollar company, so in terms of they're not going to go out of business. They're not going to unlike maybe 8x8 and Avaya. I worked at both of those. The 8x8 stock's at $3 a share. Avaya just went through their second bankruptcy. Thank you very much. Um, so the safe choice in my mind is Zoom Phone. So if you'd like, just drop a comment and I will reach out to you, if you want me to take a look at your current telephony environment and make any recommendations, or if you have a project where you're considering a new unified communication solution. We have the ability to line up all these providers for you, compare them side by side, and really run an engagement, not just getting you quotes, but everything from market evaluation to research, to proof of concept, all the way through contract negotiation, all the way through to adoption. Those are all the things that I do, for our clients. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.